Hi everyone, how are you? Hey Cal, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Hi everybody to our viewers, how are you? Welcome to today's live event. This is the Student Weekly Update with our Director of Program Advising, Kelly Pozinski, and
Hi, everyone.
he's the greatest. So, guys, I'm Jessica, the social media and community manager. As you may know, if you've tuned in before, can someone give us a sign that they are watching? Maybe say hi in the comments. If you're a student, why don't you say where you're, what you're studying, and if you're an applicant, maybe say where you're from so we can differentiate. I don't see any comments yet, so I don't know if anyone's watching. What do you think, Cal? Is anyone watching?
I'm not sure. I can't see any comments either, so
Okay,
maybe
guys. Okay.
taking
So,
gamble.
Atif, yeah, Atif.
Comment.
Thank you for commenting. Oh, Atif, how are you? We're well. How are you? Rahat, thank you so much. Okay, great. So we know we're live. Alex, oh, Alex. Hey, Alex is the dancer. Check out his YouTube channel. Alex, put the YouTube channel on if you can. Yes, shy girl. You're funny. Okay. So, hi everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today. It's a pleasure to be with you. Happy Monday. I hope everyone's doing well wherever you are. I am feeling like it's a little summery where we are, and I'm a little hot, hence the hair on the head. But I also feel like the restrictions are starting to loosen a lot. What do you think, Al?
Yeah, I agree, Jess. Globally, on the news, a lot of countries are easing their restrictions. It will never be the normal that we were used to pre-corona, but it's definitely something positive that most countries or many countries are easing their restrictions, and we're all starting to get back to daily life.
I see a few I see a few comments. First of all, you guys, can you hear us? Some people say they can't hear us, but yes, yes, Becca, we agree. Becca, you tune in a lot, girl. It's scary. She says the scary part is that there might be another wave. Yes,
Yeah.
we also read about that, and this is a little scary. That's why we all have to be super careful. Practice social distancing, wearing masks, staying inside. But yeah, I do feel like things are starting to loosen up a bit. But yes, we do definitely have to be careful about a second wave hitting because we know that's on the books. But you always have University of the People by your side if it does it again, unfortunately. So let me get into our event. I feel like I'm rambling a bit. So I hope everyone's staying safe and healthy out there. Today's our sixth episode of Weekly Student Update. We talk about like what's going on at University of the People. We talk about tips, anything you need to know, upcoming events for the week. That's why Kelly's here because she's the director of program advising. And the aim is really to provide useful information for you. And this is for students and applicants as well. So during these uncertain times, I think these segments these episodes are also very important because it gives our students a sense of consistency. And okay, thank you, Alex. Put the link to his YouTube channel. You guys should check it out. He does really cute dance videos that you can follow. So thanks everyone for joining. It's really great to be here. Oh, and there's one tomorrow night. Oh my goodness, a glow dance party. I will definitely try to check that out if I can. That's awesome, Alex. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so guys, you can tune in every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time for weekly updates at UO People. We are here for you. So enough about that. Let's talk about week 6. Can you believe, Kelly, that it's week number 6 in the academic term?
This term's just flying by, Jess. Like, I remember when it was the first day of this term, like, we almost at the end of the term, and less than a month, the exams will be happening for term 4, the current term that we're in. Just in general, I think the year is flying by, not just this term.
Yeah. So, with the exams coming up, we'll definitely be sure to start covering exam tips so you guys feel like you're prepared to study. And why don't you guys let us know in the comments, like how your 6th week is going? Like, time is really flying. It's really crazy. Also, if anybody has any questions, I encourage you to ask questions during this event. If we don't answer them during the event, we will go back and provide you with answers after. So not to worry. So we know that Corona has impacted our students from all over the world, but I want to remind you that nothing has changed at University of the People. We are here for you always. We have our staff, volunteers, instructors, everyone's working around the clock to ensure that you are receiving the best education possible. So for those who haven't started studying at UO People yet, there's still time to start to save your spot for next term, which starts on June 18th. So you still have a few weeks to save, a little more than a week to save your spot, but I would not wait till the last minute because, spots are filling up fast. So get on it. And there's a link in the description of this event that takes you to the application page. So I encourage you to check it out. Okay, so there's also one more thing before I ask Kelly some questions about what's going on at UO People. There's also an event, a live event on Wednesday, May 20th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube and Facebook, where I will interview a graduate in business administration. And his name is Jermico Thomas, and he wrote some children's books. So he's an entrepreneur, and he is launching the children's books this week. He's written other books too, so that'll be really exciting. We're going to start interviewing graduates every week, and it's called Life After Graduation. It's a new series, and that way you'll get to see what people do after UO People. So I think that will be super cool. Okay, so first, Kelly, can you please tell me any updates on your end? What's going on over there?
So, Jess, the same as last week, as I updated, that registration for term 5 is currently open. So, for those of you who haven't registered yet, get online and go and register yourself. Do not wait until the last minute to do so.
Yeah, don't procrastinate, that's for sure. Okay, so that's great news. How do you register for next term?
So if students want to register, they can log on to the student portal, the self-service portal. They can go to the My Courses app, and over there they will be able to register themselves for next term.
Okay, great. And for those students who haven't started studying with us yet, who do plan on starting next term, how do they register for courses?
So students whose first term it is with us, they will be registered by us, by the Office of Student Services.
Okay, so it's automatically done, right?
Yes, they don't have anything to worry about.
Okay, perfect. And are there any other announcements for our students?
So the other announcement that I have is payments. Payments for this current term is open, and that's in regards to assessment fees. If you're in the undergraduate program, it's $100, and if you're in the graduate program, it is $200.
Okay, perfect. I'm just looking at some of the questions. Someone says, Najina, sorry if I'm not saying your name correctly. She says, is asking, should we sign up now for next term, you kind of just said that though, that yes, you should register for next term now. So we're answering that question. Or can we wait until our final exam for the current term?
If they need to register for next term, they should do so now, Jess.
Okay, perfect. So Nahina, thank you. Okay, so let's get into the tips that we have for today. So every week we try to split these interviews into like half updates and half useful tips. And the tips are for our students and applicants. So they're for everybody. So with that being said, let's talk about time management. Everybody's favorite topic. Okay, so I'm just looking at somebody. Wait, before we do that though, John says, "Hello, Jessica. Is there a possibility to change the program? Like if someone starts public health, can they change to business administration? How does that work, Cal?"
So if they're a student, they should get in contact with their program advisor, and their program advisor will assist them accordingly. So John, if you're a student, reach out to your program advisor, please.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Kelly. So guys, keep the questions coming. We'll try to answer them. If we don't get to them during this event, then we will, respond to separately. Okay, so time management. So we know that everyone has, the same number of hours in a day. Even celebrities like Beyonce, I mean, she's only got 24 hours in a day as well. So I don't know why I chose Beyonce, but that's just, she's a really busy person. I know her personally. She tells me that every day. So anyway, Beyonce. Okay, so as a student, it always seems like there's more and more things to do. You have your personal life, you have your work life, and then you have your student life. So we put together some time management tips for our students. And let's start with a to-do list. We all know the importance of a to-do list, but what happens when your to-do list gets to be too long? What do you do? How do you make order of the to-do list? Let's put it that way. Can you help our students out, Cal?
So, Jess, if your to-do list is very long, I think the first thing you need to look is, have you ordered and organized the list correctly? So in order to work out if you have organized your list correctly, you should begin with writing down the tasks on a piece of paper. So start with the simple tasks. When you are busy listing your task, make sure that you put a deadline so you will be able to organize them in by date and to prioritize them. Even if your list seems long and overwhelming at first, you can maybe group the tasks together that are the same nature. So, example, homework or shopping, chores, and then you can start to prioritize them in the manner which you need to do them in. Also, if you will have two tasks that are similar on your list, try to do the one task that will eliminate both of those. So I'm not 100% sure how the saying goes, Jess, but I think it's like kill two birds with one stone. So yes, do that. And also maybe start with the one task that you will complete quite quickly. So one task that's less work to complete, start with that task and then move on to the more challenging tasks. No, it's like personal how you want to do this. Some people actually prefer to start with the more difficult task and the longer one and work themselves down to the easiest, but it really just depends on what works for you, Jess.
Okay, that's great advice. And what about setting realistic goals? How can this help with your time management?
So I think this helps with our time management, Jess, is that our society nowadays tells us that we should aim high, shoot for the stars, these sayings. So if you fall, you will land on the clouds. But sometimes it's actually best just to set more realistic goals and make your goals smaller so that you can actually achieve these goals and overcome like any hurdles, because you will see once you will start achieving one goal, you will be motivated to continue and achieve your other goals. Also, like, remember that slow progress is better than no progress, Jess. So even if it takes you a long time to achieve one goal, as long as you're achieving it slow and steady, as they say.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Yeah. So Jess, what is one of the ways that you manage your time effectively and efficiently?
Yeah, so I have a few tricks that I do. Number one, if I'm having trouble completing a task, I'll set my timer on my phone to do a task in like 30 minutes. So sometimes you sit with a task and you're like, where do I start? How do I go about this? But sometimes I set the timer for 30 minutes. So I see that, like, usually I'm like, okay, it's only 30 minutes. I need to work on this. And then I'm like, okay, I'll set it for another 30 minutes. So that's one tip I have. And then another one I have is penciling it in. Penciling it in. Well, we don't really pencil things in anymore because of technology, but I do have a calendar on Outlook and Google for work and business where I try to schedule my tasks in. I do try to schedule in 30-minute tasks, but like I also try to schedule in fun things like time with my family or time with my friends or taking the dog for a walk. Actually, I don't schedule that in. I just always take the dog for a walk. I'm like, oh, you want to go for a walk? Okay, let's go. That's definitely not penciled in. But like you have, like maybe if you're having a hard time reading a book, like put it in your calendar, and that way you'll have more of a balance with like work or school, work, and personal stuff, because leisure is very important, as we know. So you might just find yourself really happy with those, having more of a balance. That definitely helps with time management. So Kelly, what about you? You're a busy mom with a family. What do you do to manage your time?
So Jess, usually I like to go to bed early and then wake up at around 5:30,
Oh yeah, that's
because
right.
it's easy to get things done early in the morning. At first, you may struggle, but like when your alarm clock goes off at 5:30, not a lot of people want to wake up at this time, but make sure that you get up. Like, don't continue pressing the snooze button. That's one of the worst things to do in the morning.
I love
So,
the snooze button. Does anyone else love the snooze button? Is it just me? I am like the biggest snoozer.
so just like wake up as soon as your alarm goes off or when you hear it. Depends what if you're a deep sleeper or not. And then I suggest like on the second night you also go to bed quite early and then you wake up again the next day at 5:30. And eventually your body clock will reset itself and it will be easier each day for you to wake up at 5:30. And as I mentioned before, just like waking up early in the morning, you really are maximizing the time in your day. So make use of it. And when you are up early and have this time to yourself, you don't have to rush, you don't have to stress, you have time to prepare things, you can clear your mind and just get your mind ready for the day. So, and tell yourself like it will be a productive day. If that's what you have to do, then tell yourself that.
Yeah, that's really good advice. Somebody said that Miss Michelle with one L. Oh, Miss Michelle with one L. I am loving your handle. That 5 more minutes. That is so me. I'm like, just 5 more minutes, please. But yeah, Kelly, you're much better with the waking up early. I am not. I am like, And the dog doesn't help either. He's just like snoring and like chilling, and he doesn't want to get up. So, okay. So, and don't forget, guys, another thing that can really help with time management is being well rested. So make sure you get lots of rest because that will actually help with your productivity and keep you super focused. So thank you so much, Kelly, for these wonderful tips, for the announcements. I really appreciate it. Thanks for joining me today. As always, your pleasure. Don't forget, everyone, you can catch Kelly and I every Monday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook and YouTube. I think it's really important, like I said earlier, that during these times we provide you with, updates that you owe people and tips and tricks, and maybe you find us entertaining and we're, a good break for your morning. I don't know. I hope you find us entertaining. Okay, so don't forget to join us on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Facebook and YouTube for the first live interview in our series called Life After Graduation, where we will be interviewing Jermico Thomas, who graduated from UO People, and now he writes children's books, and he's launching some this month. So he'll talk about that. Guys, if I didn't get to your question, we will respond after this event, and so don't worry, we won't forget about you. And Rose Sussman. I think we have a fan. Sussman. Hi, Rose. Thank you. Okay, so for anyone who's watching who is not a student, remember you can still save your spot for next term. Just copy and paste. Copy the link in the description and paste it in the browser. And I hope everyone stays safe and stays calm and connected with UO People by your side. Thank you again, Kelly. You are amazing. I love doing live interviews with you.
Thanks.
And thank you for joining us. And guys, don't forget, next week we'll be here again at the same time, same place. But it will be our 7th episode of Weekly Student Updates. So we will see you then. And if you have any ideas for topics that you'd like us to cover, let us know in the comments. We'd be happy to cover them. And we'll start talking about studying for exams. So we'll bring that to you soon so you're prepared. So anyway, guys, have a wonderful Monday. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.